Hi everybody, and welcome to the first lecture of Mr. Miller's Flipped Classroom Experiment. This is lecture number 1. That's very exciting. So as you can see, as you're listening along, I will be writing along on the PowerPoint as well to kind of point out things for you and give you guys places where you need to take notes and do all kinds of stuff. As you can see, this is an introduction to the flipped classroom, so this is certainly not meant to be an exhaustive PowerPoint by any means. We're going to try and keep it within the 12-minute mark and just introduce the main things that will happen, and then we will fix problems and kind of work from there as we go forward. But as you can see, we've got 3 goals. We're going to show you where you're going to watch lectures, how you're going to take notes, and then finally where you're going to complete quizzes at home. So that is our goal today. So let's go. So the flipped classroom lectures are going to be posted here, and this is probably one of the most important things in the entire presentation is that website address, because that's where everything's going to be posted. And I recognize the irony of giving you the website address on the video that's on the website, but just so you know, that's the most important website, second most important. There's the quizzes as well. The flipped classroom lectures are going to consist of a couple of things. This right now is a PowerPoint that you guys are watching, and I'm writing along on it, giving you additional notes and other important things. But remember, I'll just let that sink in for a second. You may also find sometimes that I'll post videos. It could be from things from TED Talks, like we've already seen. It could be something from YouTube and other things like that. It really just kind of depends. There will also be a lot of extra credit opportunities on the blog, either for doing things like posting comments or maybe reading an interesting article that I find as well. And so lots of ways to earn extra credit there as well. Would like to apologize in advance for handwriting. I'm currently using a stylus, which is a little pen for the iPad, to write. And I'm going to experiment with a couple and try and find one that really works best so that people can make sure that they can see everything that's going on. All the lectures will be posted on this blog, as I said. Here in a second, I'll actually show you what the blog looks like, and we'll walk through where you will find those lecture notes. Notes and questions. So as you guys are watching the lecture, your job is to be taking notes on whatever it is you're watching, just like any presentation you would have in class. And then you need to bring those to class because you will receive a grade for those notes. This is an excellent time, as always, to include some of that, which, if you don't know, I'm a really big fan of, and that's a good idea. Always make sure your notes need to come to class with you, because that's one of the ways I will check to make sure that you actually watched the presentation. Now, it's possible that as you're watching the presentation, you'll have questions on things in the presentation or words I use that you don't understand or my handwriting that you can't read. When that happens, you have a couple of different options. One option, whoop, there we go. Option number 1, post a question on the blog. The blog is an open blog, and you can post questions to it. Your classmates can respond. I will respond as well. I'll remember to check it most of the time during the night, and so that's always one option, is to post a question on the blog. Option number 2 is, as always, is to ask a friend. Find someone else who watched it, ask them to clarify something, find somebody else and explain it to them. Explaining things to people always helps as well. A third option last but not least, would always be call Mr. Miller. And for those of you that still don't have my number, shame on you, but for those of you that still don't have my number is right there. Make sure, call it, use it. Anytime you have a question that you just cannot find the answer to, that is the way to go. But those are the 3 things that you should be doing if you have questions about something on the blog, on the lecture. Now, after you've watched the lecture, this is the next important website that you will need. This is where all of your quizzes will be, that are the short quizzes about the lecture you just watched. Type in that address, search for that in Google, and it will come up. Go to the student login, and you will see these 2 things right here. I'm going to give you your usernames and passwords in class, so you will already have them, and then you will log in. There will only be a quiz. What you need to do, though, is go to your class and take the quiz. It's just that easy. You will have 3 times that you could try to take this quiz. Trust me, you will not need all 3 times for this quiz, but you will have 3 times you can take the quiz. After that, once you've taken the quiz, once you've taken your notes, you are done. This homework should be easily completed in 30 minutes, I think, at the max. And if it's not, well, I apologize. So that's pretty much it as far as how you will watch the videos and where you will go to take the quizzes. Obviously, the rest of the lectures will be related to the subject matter that we're talking about, and the quizzes will be a little bit more difficult, but still just be mainly comprehension and notes-based. And you can always go back and watch the lectures again to check and make sure and see if you missed anything. So that's it. Mr. Miller signing off.